Good morning, all of my lovely astrolites. It is once more a beautiful afternoon. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. It's been a rough week for me. Um, I won't go into details, bore you with them, what have you, but basically, just take my word for it. Mostly, it's been because I have an issue with, like everyone else these days. And that issue is quite simply patience. Like, we've lost patience for everything and everyone these days. You don't want to have to wait in lines anymore. You don't want to have to, or even if you do, I'm just going to say this. If you are waiting, let's say a bank line, don't be that person who waits in a bank line and just complains the whole time that it's taking too long. Hours are getting cut short. People are getting understaffed. It's being it's starting to become a hassle. You're being understaffed and underpaid. That's basically how it is with my job. So don't get your knickers in a twist, because there's only two or three people that can only do so much. Practice patience. You see my thumbnail? It's Warriors of Virtue, because patience is a virtue. The monks do it all the time. There should be no reason you're complaining because. Okay, Astrolites, I have said this time and time again. We have so many options that we are taking for granted. We have online options that can take care of our needs quicker. And you want to be one of those people who are like, oh, I prefer in person. Yeah, but you also like to complain in line. So, how does that help? Practice patience. Practice makes perfect. Patience makes you a better person. Make sense? I mean, guys, okay. Admittedly, I know you guys are like, Astro, you act like you have all the patience in the world. I used to. But then years flew by, and things started getting harder, and my patience has been wearing thin recently. I need to go back to practicing patience myself. But I'm talking to the ones who don't know the meaning of the word. Like I said, the ones who want to go into lines, that prefer to do in person, handle their business, things like that, and at the same time they want to complain. Nobody wants to hear about your. No one wants to hear you moan and groan. They all got the same problems as you do. Perhaps not, but they share the same concept. They prefer to do stuff in person, but they don't complain about it. So, what is your major malfunction? Like, seriously, practice patience. It's not that difficult. Don't be that person who goes to, whether it is a bank line, excuse me, a bank line, a fast food restaurants, basically anything you have to wait for. Because, guys, they have kiosks, they have mobile pay, options galore, and you want to choose the most difficult because you're like, I'd rather do this in person and give the worker a hard time about it. Because you don't keep it as simple as you think you do. You actually complicate things more for people like me and others who are there to serve you. And let's be clear about something. I'm not here to serve permanently. I just want to make that abundantly clear. I may serve you, but that doesn't mean I'm your servant. That doesn't mean I'm at your beck and call just because you don't have the capacity to have patience and wait your turn. I just want to make that clear to you guys. I'm simply a boss that's put on hold right now because my financial situation, temporary setback. It's a little sticky, I'll admit, but you know, pays this week. I get to handle my bills, take care of my business, stack my stacks, do what I do. And I'm hoping you guys are doing the same thing. You guys either, I'd say honestly, uh, it's too windy out here. Anyway, like I was saying, honestly, I think people need to practice more yoga. Being that I work at a yoga studio and I've seen how it benefits others, I've seen the progression it makes. There is nothing wrong with practicing a little patience. Wait your turn. If you don't like waiting, there's other options. Stop giving yourself excuses to go somewhere outside in person, complain about whatever, moan and groan, act like a child. And that's the sad part too, is children these days, under the age of 10 even, have more capacity to be patient than most grown folk. The children are setting better examples than we are when it comes to patience. You know how sad that is? It's like us as... that's ironic, because us as the adults, we're supposed to be the ones doing the teaching, right? And there's nothing wrong with the kids teaching us every now and again. But if I have to mention that the kids practice more patience than the grown-ups, Houston, we have a problem. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like we get no better pleasure in our lives than to go somewhere in public and feel the need to just moan and groan like every single day. I see it every now and again. That's why I don't like going to my bank anymore. Well, that and they canceled my membership, but you know what? I couldn't care less. Truth be told, I was using them so I could get bigger bills, which honestly I don't need to do. That's just my OCD kicking up. But you know what? It's fine. But I'm getting off the track here. Practice more patience. It will make you a better human being, and you'll live longer for the most part. Guys, I know it's stressful, but 2 years has passed since the lockdown. We should know by now how to communicate with others. Excuse me. We should learn how to. We should already know how to be patient when it comes to bank lines or food lines, what have you. If you don't want to wait in line, mobile pay, a mobile order, or why do you think us millennials created DoorDash, Uber Eats, etc.? It's so you wouldn't have to leave the comfort of your own home and complain about this and that. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you guys have had issues with, you know, my food's cold, or you forgot my drink, or this and that. It's worse when you go out in person. That's what I'm saying. It's worse when you have to go out in person and wait in line. That's why I suggest to just, if you're going to be that kind of person, Just stick to online orders. Stick to online shopping, or because, guys, we're in November now, and you know what that means. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving weekend. You guys with me so far? Thought you might be. It's the holiday season, guys. No one has time. The workers, especially, do not have time to practice their patience with you because you want to complain about. What is it with you? Okay, I'm going to ask this before I lose myself. Why do you guys say that you make the most simple orders possible, and when in truth you really don't? You guys don't keep it simple anymore. That is part of the problem. So you purposely do not want to practice patience because uh well, you guys are following me so far, right? Nobody wants to follow patience anymore because they find it easier to go out in the world and just complain about their lives and complain about their order. You remember a couple of videos ago when I said, oh, I think it was the video I took down, I can't remember, but basically I said, don't be the person who grows up to be. Okay, so if you're a child, basically, don't be that person who grows up and becomes that person who goes into a restaurant and apparently they keep getting your order wrong, but you still keep going anyway. Don't be a complaining, returning customer. Go elsewhere if they are getting your order wrong. It's plain and daggone simple. I'm here, I've been coming here for the past year or so, and you keep getting my order. Why didn't you just stop coming here if we kept getting your order wrong after the first two times? Because I don't know what it is, you guys. You consistently want to complain. You don't want to practice patience. And some of the time it's like, here you go, I'm so sorry for the wait. I should have had my order first. Oh, well, excuse us if more customers had simpler orders. And they even teach you this over at McDonald's. If you guys heard that, that was a piece of foam that just got ran over. I was like, what was that? Ooh. And I think the foam just got caught in the wheel. I feel so bad for these cars, man. But anyway, stop giving yourself a reason to complain. If you're going to stand in line, practice patience and don't complain about it. That is the very definition of practicing patience. Is you're just standing there, patiently awaiting. And we got cell phones and all this electronic, what have you. You shouldn't even be complaining in the first place. And you can tell it's more from the people who are most people who are over 30. You'll notice it's from them. I'm not saying the elders don't have a right to complain. I get it. But I'm saying more for the younger people, because the younger people from my generation, basically, or younger generation, younger than me at least, Those are the people who I am talking to. Those are the people who don't learn how to practice patience. And of course, there's bozos in their 50s who are like, I hate standing in this line of this and that. Go to a different so and so. No one's forcing you to be here. Just like, say excuse me, be on your way. That's another thing too. I want to get this out the way. It's like we've also lost our sense of etiquette. No one says please, no one says thank you, no one says pardon me, excuse me. There's an example. It's like we live in an ill-mannered society, which we do. It's true, we do. We live in an ill-mannered society. Very few people will say pardon me or excuse me. We are not being taught proper etiquette, especially our younger generation. No one's saying excuse me sir, pardon me sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, nothing. How many times do I have to say we need to do better? And when in fact we are doing absolute garbage. We are trying, because here's the thing, we are supposed to be better than most countries, you know. We are trying to be better than most people who want to disrespect their elders, or men who want to outlandishly disrespect their wives, etc., etc. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's like we bring those bad habits into our society. We need to learn how to love each other, learn better etiquette. Half the time, I don't even get a please or a thank you from some of my managers. It's like, hey, Roni, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? No please or thank you? I mean, I was blessed enough to get at least a thanks out of my manager last night. Hey, Roni, can you get me 3 gummy clusters? I was just like, okay, he's not going to say please. Fine. I come back with the 3 gummy clusters. He's like, oh, thanks for that. If you don't say please, but you at least say thanks or thank you, that's okay. You know, at least you show me some form of etiquette. But it's like we keep demanding rather than asking. It I cannot stress this enough, you guys. We need to do better in our society. We need to practice more patience if we're going to stand in lines. Otherwise, just don't go into society, don't go out in public, just order your thing. Well, I mean, for some of them you do have to go out, but I'm saying don't go out and order things or say you need to do this and that, and you're just going to complain in the lines the whole time. You can just order online, go pick up, say your mind your P's and Q's when you do it, and just scurry off back to your comfy home. We make it seem like that patience and etiquette is illegal for some reason. Something's telling us like oh, we shouldn't be doing this or that. I'm just going to do my own thing. There's nothing wrong with doing your own thing. But have some manners when you do it. That's what's going to make you a true boss. If you have manners, if you have etiquette, if you have patience, you will have love and respect. I guarantee it. Anyway, that's my time for this video. I got some errands to run. Remember what I said. If you go out in public, practice patience, mind your P's and Q's, show respect to your elders, be safe, be well, be loved, share my videos to people you know and people you don't. I love you guys. Talk soon.